Hello, Melissa. Long time no see. You're already 26 years old already, right? It's already been 15 years since I last saw you, huh? Time really flies fast. Who is this? What? I don't remember sharing my contact information with anyone recently, so I don't even know who you are. Could you please introduce yourself first? Oh my! You don't recognize me! It's me, Santina! Huh? Your mother, Santina! Oh, so that's what you meant when you said it's already been 15 years. How did you get my contact information? I got it from a classmate of yours. It was really difficult finding someone that knew your contact information, you know. I went through so much trouble. So, once we meet again, I want you to repay me for my troubles. Huh? What do you mean, once we meet again? Are you actually being serious right now? I don't remember ever telling you that I wanted to meet you again. My, you watch your language, Melissa. But I'm going to let you in on a secret. I know that you and your husband built a new house that would fit 2 families, since you were planning on inviting me to live with you. Huh? Did you hit your head or something? Where did you hear that nonsense? You just got married recently, and you're going to be moving into this new house of yours, right? To think that you didn't even tell your mother that you were getting married. What's your problem, Melissa? If you're thankful that I gave birth to you, then let me live with you in your new house. I know what you're up to, Melissa. You were planning on inviting me to live with you in your new house as soon as possible. But you didn't know where I was and how to contact me, so you were a bit worried, right? I was kind enough to come to you myself, so prepare a room for me, all right? Well, it seems like you haven't changed, Mother. You still only think about yourself, just like you always did. Why in the world do you think that we'd let you live with us? You're the last person I would want to live with, Mother. What? Why are you being so cold to me, Melissa? Don't tell me you're still mad about what happened 15 years ago, are you? I really did feel bad for you, but it's not like I just decided who I fall in love with. Seriously? Do you think that I'm going to believe that nonsense of yours? I might have believed it if you had ever showed me even a bit of motherly love, but no, you never did. Or maybe if you had came to see me even once after you left, but you never did that either. Didn't you once tell me that I was just an accident and that you only married Dad because you had no one else you could rely on to help support the baby? Yeah, no thanks. We don't want you here. Jesus, either you're delusional or seriously just that selfish if you really thought that I'd let you live with me after all these years. Oh my, I didn't know you grew up to become such a rude woman, Melissa. You sound just like your father, always making it seem like it's me who's the problem. Besides, your mother lives in the province and tends to the fields that has belonged to her family for generations, right? I heard that a few years ago her adopted child passed away, and so she also needs to stay there in her hometown because no one else will watch over his grave. Where in the world did you get this information? You see, one of my ex-boyfriends was a private detective. I did him a favor, if you know what I mean. And in return, I asked him to do a bit of investigation for me. Looks like that part of you hasn't changed as well, Santina. You're still as free with men as when you left me and Dad. Yeah, say whatever you want. I'm not going to force myself to be miserable because society says you can only have one partner. I never believed in that bullshit. Anyway, your mother-in-law can't leave her hometown, but yet you built a house large enough to house 3 generations of a family. That must mean that you were going to invite me to live with you, right? Besides, it's only natural that the parents live with their children. Now that you're married, you're probably a lot more financially stable now, meaning that you have a duty to let me live with you. Could you please stop making so many assumptions? All of what you just said is wrong. I don't even consider you as my own mother. Don't come to us no matter what. But I'm already at your front door. Mother-in-law, I'm sorry, but there is something urgent I have to tell you right now. Oh, hi, Melissa. What in the world happened to cause you to panic like this? I thought you and Luis were on your way home from your honeymoon. You said that you turned in your marriage papers at the city hall at your destination. Was there a problem? No, it's not that. There was nothing wrong with the marriage papers. Yes, just a few minutes ago, I got a text from my mother, Santina. Your mother, Santina? You mean the one who left you and your father 15 years ago and you haven't talked to ever since? Yes. Apparently, she hired a private detective and did some investigation on us. She knows that we built a house for 3 generations of a family and she intends to move in with us. She says she's already at the front door. What? Hold on, let me check. Jesus, there really is a woman at the front door. To think that something like this would happen on our first day as a married couple. We built that 3-generation house for you and your husband to live with us, not for her. I was sure that I would never see her again. I'm truly sorry for my mother's actions. Don't apologize for your mother's actions. It's not your fault that she's a selfish narcissist. All right. Why don't you first send me screenshots of these texts your mother sent you? I understand. Oh, and please tell your mother that she's welcome to live with you, but don't tell her my name. What? Mother-in-law, are you seriously going to let her live with us? She's going to cause us a whole load of trouble if we let her do that. It's all right. I don't actually intend on letting her live with us. I just have a plan. Just let me handle your mother. You guys don't worry about it and just come home safely. All right. Be careful as well, mother-in-law. Who knows what she might do to you? About you moving in with us. I talked with my family about your request, and they said that there was something they wanted me to tell you. Oh, what is it? Of course you can live with us, they said. What? Really? And here I was expecting that I would meet a little more resistance. So you admit that you thought you weren't going to be welcome here? All right, then I told you what they wanted me to say, so goodbye. Yeah, say whatever you want. It doesn't matter now that they're going to let me live here. Just let me in the house already, will you? To think that you would text me just to tell me I was welcome to live with you after all the terrible things you said to me. I guess children always come back to their mothers no matter how old they get. Hey, Santina. It's been 8 years since we had our reunion, right? We exchanged contact information then, and I kept it for some reason, but to think that it would become useful at a time like this. Huh? You don't recognize me? It's me, Caligera. What? Caligera? Long time no see, ma'am. Don't call me that. I'm not a fucking gang leader anymore. So, do you know why I'm texting you right now? Huh? How should I know? Would you like to tell me? It looks like you're at the front door of my house for some reason. I can see you from the window. Huh? But the house I'm in front of right now belongs to my daughter and her husband. You see, they said they were going to let me move in with them today. How do you know I'm at someone's front door? You don't understand. This house was made to fit 3 generations because me and my husband are going to be living here with our son and daughter. What? Hold on. Could it be that Melissa's mother-in-law is... Yes, it's me. What? Seriously? But I heard that Melissa's mother-in-law couldn't leave the province because she had to tend the fields that has belonged to her family for generations, and also had to watch over her adopted son's grave. Oh, you said something like that to Melissa as well, right? I had Melissa send me screenshots of the texts you sent her, you see? You've been misinformed, Santina. This ex-boyfriend/private detective of yours did a lousy job. What? He didn't do his job properly? And to think that I had done him a favor. Please, I don't want to hear any of that shit. Oh, and it's not me who's currently in our hometown tending the fields and watching over my son's grave. It's my former sister's. Oh, and just so you do understand, that's not my son's grave in the first place. Huh? Oh, wait, what do you mean your former sister? You see, I moved out to that countryside when I was younger when my mom got married to a man there. But they always treated me like an outsider, and I was never really comfortable with the region's customs. I was an outcast there, and so when my mom got divorced with this man, I returned to the city. After that, you know what happened. I went to that rotten high school of ours, and I became the leader of the school gang, which you were also a part of. Gah, don't remind me of that, but I don't understand. You said that you were an outcast back in the province, but you suddenly came to a high school in the city and became a gang leader? What was with the sudden change of character? I don't know. Maybe I just got sick of people looking down on me and wanted respect. Well, if I'm being honest, I'm ashamed of what I did as a teenager now that I've grown up. You see, after I graduated, I decided to disinvolve myself from the gang and get an honest job. I got married and had children, and now one of those children just got married. I'm going to be living with them in this new house of theirs, but I already told you that. This is completely different to what my ex-boyfriend told me. Yeah, but that just means he didn't do his job properly. Nice private detective you got there, hun. So what do you want to do? What? You want to live with us, don't you? That's what you told Melissa, right? I'm the one who had Melissa tell you that you were welcome to live with us. What? You're really just going to let me move in with you like this? Of course. Oh, and you're not going to move in with me, but with Melissa and her husband. It's their house, not mine. If you do move in, though, your room is going to be in me and my husband's side of the house. As a parent of the married couple, of course. You see, I'm the one who's going to pay for the loan that they needed to take to have this house built. Really? But I thought you said it was their house. It is. I just said I was going to pay for it. You see, I'm the one who suggested that me and my husband live with the two of them. So this is my way of paying them back for agreeing. You won't believe it, but I actually run my own business, so I earn enough money to easily pass the loan screening. If you want to live with your daughter, then surely you're going to have to accept the same conditions as I did, right? What do you mean by the same conditions? I mean that if you're going to live here, then you're going to have to pay for the loan with me. What? I mean, it's not like I don't have the money, but it's still really helpful if somebody just appears out of nowhere and pays for half of it, you know? That's impossible, I'm afraid. Impossible? What, did you intend on just living here for free? I don't have a job, you see. I couldn't help pay off your loan even if I wanted to. What? That's why I was planning on moving in with my daughter and her husband and have them provide for me instead. You're joking, right, Santina? Don't tell me that you were just trying to leech off your child, were you? As her mother, that is simply just too embarrassing, even for someone like you. Not only that, but you just appear out of nowhere for the first time in 15 years after abandoning her and her father? Surely you must have been joking, right, Santina? Actually, Yes, you were clearly joking, right? Yes, I was just joking. I knew you were just joking. Seriously, you're hilarious, Santina. I mean, what kind of degenerate would attempt to leech off her daughter that she abandoned after 15 years of ignoring her? All right, good conversation. Why are you still at our front door? Is there something else you wanted to tell me? But my daughter said that I was welcome. No, I said that. You're welcome if you're going to pay for the loan just like I am. But you said yourself that that was impossible, so I'm afraid you're not welcome anymore. Oh, and if you do something to my adorable daughter-in-law, just know that I won't forgive you for it. Do you understand? Yes, but, actually, goodbye. Okay then, bye, Santina. Nice seeing you again. Mother-in-law, we just arrived at the station. What happened to my mother? She already went home. What? I told her that I was the one who was going to pay for the home loan. I said that if she was going to be moving in, then it must mean that she was going to pay off the loan with me, and that I was so grateful for it. That's when she panicked and fled. You see, Santina's the kind of person that easily backs off when she sees that she's not going to benefit from a situation. I see. I think I know what you mean. But I'm impressed. Father-in-law said that my mother was your servant back in high school or something, but it looks like that was true. He told you that, but I told him to keep it a secret. I assure you, Melissa, I'm not proud of the person I was back in high school. I've put it all behind. Anyways, I think I know where she got the stuff about me tending fields in the province or protecting a grave or something. So I told her about that as well, and I assured her that it wasn't me. That's my former sister-in-law, by the way. Oh, and it won't do if you run into her on your way home, so take a taxi, all right? Okay, I understand. I doubt she's going to bother us again, seeing how scared she was, but tell me, just in case she does bother you, all right? I will. Thanks for your help. By the way, I bought these roll cakes you like from the department store. Oh, thanks. I also bought you something. Coffee beans grown in the place we went to, because I know you love coffee. Oh, thank you. Why don't the four of us sit down for a snack once you two get home? All right, mother-in-law. On my way home in the taxi, I saw someone that looked like my mother on her way to the station. She was wearing these really flashy clothes and was walking so fast that it was obvious she wanted to get away from our house as soon as possible. My mother-in-law told us about what happened when me and my husband got home and the four of us sat down for some cake and coffee. It seems like this isn't the first time my mother-in-law has saved the day. And her face went red when my father-in-law told us about other such episodes. Apparently, a few days later, my mother appeared at our old house where the three of us used to live. It seems like she thought that my father still lives there, and she spammed the doorbell shouting something about how she wanted to get back together. The woman who lives there now opened the door, thinking it must be some sort of lover of the person who previously lived there. She screamed as well, and there was a huge fight, my mom getting multiple slaps on the face. The police were called to the scene, and my mother was forced to pay all sorts of alimonies and reimbursements or other such bills. After that, some relatives of hers grabbed her by the neck and forced her to return to her hometown in the province. She now works from day to night every day, as she was now in debt after paying off all those bills she had to pay.
Hey, Perry. Where the heck are you right now? I want an answer fast. There's something I need to ask you. It's urgent.
Huh? Abdul, what's going on? Why are you spam calling me?
I asked you where the heck you are.
Why do you keep hecking me? I'm obviously at work like I always am at this time.
Huh?
Which part don't you get? I said I'm at work. I told you I was heading off to work this morning after breakfast just like I always do. I seriously don't get why you're confused.
I know that.
I thought someone had been hit by a car or something when I saw the notifications. If I'd have known you were just going to ask where I am, I would have freaking ignored it. How many times do I have to tell you to not message me while I'm at work?
Huh? Wait a sec. Are you really at work?
Yes, dummy.
No, but this doesn't make sense.
How doesn't it make sense? It literally couldn't be any more simple. I'm dealing with a customer right now. This will have to wait till later. Goodbye.
Hey, Boris, it's been a while. There's something I need to ask you. Is now a good time? Huh? Is this Abdul? No, there's a bolt out of the blue. It must have been like, what? 3 years by now? When was it we met last? Oh yeah, the class reunion. What can I do for you, pal? Is there another reunion coming up or something? No, it's not that. I just need to ask you something. Did you know my wife works at the same company as you? Wow, really? Let me think. Actually, now that you mention it, I'm pretty sure there's one person with the same surname as you. Her name is Perry. Yep, that's her. Do you know her? Well, I guess you could say I do, yeah. Now that you mention it, I do remember the boss saying that someone claiming to be Perry's husband phoned in today. Does this have something to do with that? I'm guessing that was you? Yep. Sorry to contact you out of the blue with this, Boris. It probably all seems a little random and weird, but I do have a good reason, I promise. The thing is, when I called the company, they hesitated to tell me anything because I had no way of proving I was actually Perry's husband over the phone. I guess I'm pleased their security's on point, but on the other hand, it left me no choice but to reach out to you. I do plan on going in person over the next few days, but for the time being, I'd appreciate it if you could tell me something. Is it true that Perry got fired recently? I need you to promise not to mention anything I'm about to tell you to anyone else. Can you do that? Sure, of course. My lips are sealed. All right. Well, in that case, yes, it's true. Your wife got fired the other day. I'm guessing the notice of dismissal showed up in the mail by now? Yep. I work remotely, so I'm at home most of the time. My jaw almost hit the floor when I opened the letter addressed to Perry by mistake. But why did she get fired? The letter was really vague, and I'm totally at a loss here. To put it as simply as possible, she got fired for repeatedly not showing up to her shifts. Huh? Are you for real? She works in a different department from me, so I'm not totally familiar with all the circumstances. But I'm pretty sure she hasn't been showing up to work for the last month. Or wait, was it the last 2 months? Apparently the boss tried calling her home phone, which was listed as her emergency contact on several occasions. But he didn't have any luck. But her emergency contact should have been my mobile. We haven't had a landline for years now. I see. This is just a guess, and I hope you don't mind me asking, but do you think it might be possible she changed her emergency contact to a number that doesn't exist because she's trying to hide something? I hate to say it, but I really don't see any other possible explanations. The weird thing is, she says, "Bye, honey, I'm heading to work," and leaves at the same time as always every single morning. And today was no different. Even stranger, when I messaged her after the notice of dismissal came with the intention of asking her about it, she cut me off and said she couldn't talk because she was dealing with a customer. So either she's hiding the fact she got fired, or she still doesn't even know that she has been fired. She came home at the usual time, but I didn't say anything about it because I still don't have a clue what's going on myself. I see. Sorry to trouble you with all this, buddy, but do you have any more details? Anything is fine, even if it seems irrelevant. I feel like I'm missing a piece of the jigsaw here. Abdul, listen to me. You seriously have to promise me that what I'm about to tell you stays between us. Can you do that? I swear on my life, nothing leaves this chat. Alright, well, the thing is, apparently one of Perry's male co-workers got fired at the same exact time as she did. Huh? His name is Winslow. And my friend Lisa, who's somewhat of a gossip and somehow seems to know everything about everyone at the company, told me that Perry and Winslow were witnessed by several people going into a hotel when they should have been out running errands for the boss. Now here's where it gets even crazier. Apparently, the two of them stopped showing up to work the moment they knew they'd been seen. Eventually, their absences got so bad they both got fired. Wow. I'm speechless. This is nuts. That's everything I know. Sorry I had to be the one to tell you like this, Abdul. Nah, it's cool. I'm the one who should be apologizing to you for the interrogation. I'm sure you got enough on your plate without getting dragged into my private life. God damn it. Don't feel down, bro. I'm here to listen if there's anything you need to get off your chest. I'm guessing you're probably going to take some kind of action. Just make sure to keep a level head, alright? Ain't no woman worth losing your head over. Thanks, Boris. I appreciate you, pal.
OMG, I'm so sorry, Abdul. The boss gave me a bunch of overtime again. Can you put yourself something together for supper? I won't be able to cook tonight. Don't worry about me. I'll be eating at the office.
Got it. You've been doing an awful lot of overtime lately, huh, Perry?
Huh? I have? No, I don't think I have. It's always like this at this time of the year. It's our busiest period.
Oh, I see.
Yep. Anyway, gotta go. I'm so swamped here, I barely even have the time to message anymore. Sorry, hun. Huh? And what's that supposed to mean?
Sorry to bug you while you're busy cheating on me at a hotel. I already filed for divorce.
Say what now? Abdul, I just got home. What the hell's going on with the house? There's nothing left here except my belongings. Where did all your stuff go?
Oh, so you came back, huh? What happened to your overtime? I thought you were swamped with work.
Why would you make me come home like that when you knew how busy I was?
I think we both know you weren't doing overtime, Perry. Should we drop the act now?
Did you file for a divorce? What the hell are you doing, Abdul? You don't get to do this without even talking to me first, you jerk. You need to tell me what's going on now. You should know that if you really did file for a divorce without my permission, you're in big trouble because that's a criminal offense.
What are you talking about? If I ever find out you're cheating on me, we're getting a divorce.
Huh?
Remember when you came home drunk that time and started screaming that in my face when I was trying to watch the game? Well, I kept a hold of the divorce papers you made me sign since I figured they might come in handy one day. And it just so happens they did.
What? You kept those? OMG. Abdul, I didn't mean that. I just got carried away after one too many glasses of wine, that's all.
Maybe you were too drunk to remember, but I did ask you whether you were happy for me to hand them in if you ever cheated on me. You yelled, "Fine, asshole," and stormed off into the bathroom, so I kept them. I handed them in earlier today. That's all.
What the heck is this? I only made you sign those because you cheated on me last year.
No, Perry. I most definitely did not. Why do you insist on clinging to this bullcrap when you know full well it's not true?
Well, if you weren't cheating on me, how do you explain the fact that you suddenly started doing overtime every night? How do you explain the fact that you were so cold to me back then? I know an affair when I see one. A woman has instincts.
Yeah, sure. There was an affair going on, even back then. Yours. I can't believe it's been a year already. Do you think I didn't notice? You're such a bad liar it was hard not to. You must seriously take me for a grade A moron. I was pretty sure I knew what was going on, but I decided to hire a private investigator just to be sure. He did his job, and with that, I had concrete, incontrovertible proof of everything you were doing.
What?
I did intend on confronting you with all the evidence from the investigation back when you accused me of cheating on you. But then, that very morning, your mom suddenly passed away. I obviously hesitated to confront you with something so serious when you were so broken up over your mom. So it went on the back burner. Not only that, but even more than you, I felt bad for your dad. He was in bits. And I thought the shock of finding out his daughter was a cheating whore would have been too difficult to bear. I decided to keep my private investigator on the payroll for a little while in case anything changed, and to my surprise, you and Loverboy broke up all of a sudden a little while after your mom passed. With that, I figured my best move would be to sit back and watch how things played out for a little while. And here we are.
Is that why all your stuff's gone?
Yep, of course. We're divorced now, so why would we live together? It's time for us to go our separate ways. I never want to see your face again. I already canceled the contract on the apartment, so you better get your things together and disappear as soon as you can.
No, wait, what the hell? Where's the proof I cheated on you again? These are nothing but baseless accusations. The past is the past. Everyone deserves a second chance. Surely even you understand that.
Oh, I see. You still don't have the faintest idea, do you?
About what?
You Loverboy. What was his name again? Winslow? You both got fired.
What?
I work from home and I'm always around when the mailman stops by. A very official letter showed up and I got so curious I opened it by mistake without even realizing it was addressed to you. It was your notice of dismissal. When I did some digging to get confirmation, I found out your company had received several reports that you were seen going into a hotel with Winslow and you were supposed to be out running errands for your boss. I don't know which of you it was, but either of you or Winslow must have gotten wind of the fact your co-workers knew about your seedy little affair. With that, you stopped going into work in a cowardly attempt to escape responsibility for what you did, and eventually got fired. That just about sums everything up.
Wow. So that's how you found out.
I also knew you changed your emergency contact to a landline phone that doesn't exist to prevent me from finding out what you were up to behind my back. I'm just grateful you were too much of a moron to realize your company would send a notice of dismissal to the house after they fired you.
I didn't know they'd sent a letter. I thought we lived in the modern age. It's 2024 for crying out loud. They should have emailed me.
How did you not know they send paper mail? How many times have I told you about their damn newsletters and sustainability goals pamphlets showing up in the mail?
Huh?
Anyway, I'm bored of this conversation. The bottom line is we're divorced now. I'm currently in the process of arranging for a massive compensation bill to be sent yours and Winslow's way. So I suggest you both prepare yourselves for a mountain of shit that's about to descend on you.
Well, what a compensation. Hang on just 1 second.
Why?
Please don't charge me compensation.
All I'm doing is asserting my legal rights as someone who got cheated on.
But I've heard of people being forced to pay thousands for this kind of thing. I can't afford that. How am I supposed to come up with that kind of money when I just got fired? Plus, the job market sucks right now. My priority right now should be not becoming homeless, not paying you frickin' compensation.
So let me get this straight. You were fully aware of what could happen if you got caught cheating on me, but decided to go ahead with it anyway? And not only that, but twice. What did you think I was going to say?
Oh, yeah, sure thing, babe. It's all water under the bridge now. No worries. Everyone makes mistakes. Yep.
Something to that effect? If so, you're deluded.
But you forgave me once before.
I didn't forgive you. I just held off on confronting you about it because of your mom while sitting back and seeing if you did anything else. Not only that, but you skipped work for a whole 2 months so you could be with your lover? I'm guessing that means you were together pretty much every day? Do you seriously think that what you did to me is forgivable?
everything was normal until this morning.
Sure, as far as you knew. But the reality? The reality is that I barely sleep these days. My appetite has practically disappeared, and I'm so stressed the doc has me on psych meds.
Oh my God.
I must look awful. Because one of my friends showed up the day before yesterday after we did a video call because he said he was worried about how gaunt I looked. When he saw me in person, a weak, emaciated mess with huge bags in him, he sat down with me and we talked about everything. When he heard about everything you put me through, he pretty much ordered me to divorce you. Thank God my friend noticed I was in a seriously bad way, because you, my wife, who I saw every morning at the breakfast table, sure as hell didn't. I have a fair amount of proof of the affair due to the fact I've had a private investigator on my payroll for over a year now. Which I guess turned out to be the silver lining in this whole thing, because it meant when I finally made my mind up, I was able to finalize the divorce and move out in a heartbeat, which I did this morning with the help of my friend.
Where are you, honey?
I'm not telling you.
Can we meet up? We need to talk about this properly, baby. I can't leave things like this.
Well, I can, and I have nothing to say to you.
Oh my God.
I can't tell you how good it felt to finally be free of you. It was like this huge weight had been lifted from my shoulders. I feel like even my subconscious knew I was free, because I slept like a baby for the first time in a long time as soon as I got to my new place. Until your notifications started showing up, that is. Why would I want to go back to being miserable with you?
Gah!
You should know I told your dad everything. So you can go back home to live with your parents, or you can live with your lover, but one thing's for sure. Me and you are never getting back together.
Oh my God, Abdul!
Anyway, talking to you makes me sick. Bye. Apparently, a desperate Perry showed up at my mom and dad's house a few days later. My parents knew about everything that had gone down, so naturally they told her where to stick her offers of reconciliation and sent her on her way. By the way, I'm currently staying with my uncle in the neighboring town. For some reason, Perry's next move was to show up at my company's office demanding to see me. It was at this point I began to doubt her sanity because she knew full well I worked from home. Eventually, she had no choice but to give up and move back in with her parents, which is where she is now, under the watchful eye of her ex-military dad. He also forced her to break up with her lover as a condition of her moving in. It was around that time I hired a lawyer and sent her the compensation bill. Unfortunately for both Perry and her lover, their bank accounts were empty due to the fact they'd wasted all of their money by spending almost every day in a hotel together. They had no choice but to go into debt to pay me back, and now they spend their days working like dogs while questioning their life choices.